back to the channel. It's been a while, been busy, got a lot going on behind the scenes. I will let you guys all know what's going on in the very near future. But at the moment I'm going to do quite a little review on my Yamaha Raptor 90 here. Now I bought this for the kids new in start in 2020 and they haven't used it much. I have, me and my mates, camping a lot. You might have seen it on my channel a few other times when I took it camping. It's been amazing. I cannot really fault this at all. Some of the plastics are broken, but that's down to all my mates driving it, riding it after a few wobble pops and whatnot, and falling off, coming off, and doing monos and that. It's going on, well, 2.5 years since I've had it. It's been used constantly for it. It's done 130 hours of drunken idiots riding it. Still got the original tyres, all the suspension's original. The only thing I have done is sort of added lights to it and party lights and that. At the moment, if it sits for too long, it would probably have something to do with, we do a lot of monos on it and it sits on its back end quite a lot. The battery's gone out of it. So that is the only issue I've had. I haven't even had a flat tyre, so the only issue I have with this now is I need to replace the battery. And after 2 years running a spotlight and kids leaving lights on, or they're coming to plane on it and they flicker the lights and that, and yeah, it's handled it brilliantly. I can't go past, I can't say how well this thing actually performs. I'm 80 kilos, my mates are near on the same. We've had 2 people on this here and we go through soft sand hills, not a drama whatsoever. Having reverse is amazing as well. So yeah, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to service this thing. If you want to stick around, watch me have a go. This is a review of the 90 and a service. Let's get stuck into it. Alright guys, so as I mentioned before, my battery's gone out in it, and I'll show you what I've done. I've just sort of wired off the battery, my little disco lights. So these look a lot better during the night, and when you cruise around camping from a distance they look pretty cool. They're all Bluetooth controlled, so I can, well, they've gone off now, that's how dead the battery is. Also got a spotty on the front, so for the nighttime riding. So eventually that's just going to drain that little battery more and more and wear it out, I assume. Ever since I got this brand new, I've done a bit of bitumen riding. Haven't chewed the little sand tyres out at all. I've always kept up to date with the services, which I've got to do again today. And I've had this hour meter put on from new. So 130 hours. The motor hasn't been touched other than me putting a aftermarket filter in. But again, I've done that to get some space underneath the seat so I can put more electrics on it, because I will be putting a backup reversing light and everything on it just because I can. So under here, this is where you'll find the battery. Oh, and a snail for some reason. Sorry mate, just crushed you. So it's battery. I'll pull that out another day and replace it, but today I'm just going to stick to the service. So yeah, I've already ran the engine just before, so it's nice and warm, so it loosens up any impurities inside the engine. And I've had the fuel off, so that fuel bowl is empty, so I can sit it right up on its end. And again, sitting up on its end probably isn't good for that battery, but it's lasted this long. My next one, I will do the same thing. Alrighty, let's flip it up and start loosening some nuts. So that poor snail fall off. Alrighty, so under here we've got a sump compartment for the engine, and then we've got also a separate wet area for the transmission. So I'm just going to crack the two that I need. There is a bit of confusion underneath these engines. There's two sort of sump plugs. So the one with the massive big head washer, sort of a part of the bolt there, or nut. Inside there's a screen and everything for cleaning it out and filtering it. So we'll crack that one, crack the sump one, go to put fluids in there. From memory, I can't quite remember the oil capacity for the engine. I'll get that in a minute. But I'm pretty sure the gearbox is about 300 mil, so not much. And yeah, alright, let's get into cracking it. For all those playing at home, this sump plug is a 17 mil. So you just want to crack that one. And the one, same size for the transmission. Just want to crack that one. That one's been a while. There you go. Here on again, I'll just drop the bike. Goes to show, I'll bring you in here before I lay it back down. The trauma this poor bike has gone through. Hopefully the camera's going to pick it up. So this is all underneath, and all these are just bashed in, twisted from rocks. And that bottom little wheelie bar, support bar, chain guard, some sort of underneath protection, that is completely and utterly mangled. That is removable by a few bolts. It's all tearing, all the metal's starting to break away. I will get a replacement piece for that soon, and yeah, just I don't think there's much more impact that thing can take. Alrighty, I'll drop this down. Don't forget to bend with your back. Alrighty, we'll get underneath and we'll drain the fluids. Alright, as that's draining out of the bottom, I went and picked myself up a 2.5 litre oil for my transmission. You get little ones obviously, but I just wanted the big one. I've changed it so often. So I've got a Premium Mineral 80 by 90 gearbox and differential oil. It's a GL5, it's sort of what it's specified on the internet that I've read up. It was quite hard to find well, I found it a little bit difficult and a little bit misleading trying to find the right oils for it. I'll run this, see how it goes. So the gearbox takes 300 mils, and I did a little bit of research. 800 mils for the engine. So yeah, I'm gonna flip it up now and put my drain plugs and all that back in there, and yeah, start topping her off. Let's flip her up. Again, here's your back. And of course it wants to leak more. Get yourself a half decent rag. Sorry about the lighting, guys. My fluoro's been busted since I've moved into this house. Got me some plugs. Middle of screen there. Looks like the engine oil still wants to leak a little bit more now that it's up on its end, so I'll give that a few more moments to make a mess. Clean the surface of that gearbox drain plug. sure all the mating faces are happy, clean. Roll that one back in there. See what I'm doing. Probably was a bit harder, just ran over my headlight. Right, as you probably would have noticed, if you're sitting here doing it or you're still watching this video, that large nut sump plug that we've got here, the wife's home, has a spring and a little sieve on it. So that's the way it goes in. So I'll slap that in there now and I'm going to speak to the wife, which is going to interrupt me. Alright, got a bit of a light on my head so you guys can see a little bit better as can I. This is the setup. Spring goes inside the sump plug. Sump plug spring has that little screen on it, and that is inverted inside there, and you just simply push it up in there. You're going to have a bit of friction from that spring. Push a little bit harder to overcome it. Screw that up. There are certain torque specs to these, but if you've been watching any of my channels, you know that I don't really give a fuck. Yep, sounds good. Same with the gearbox one, bit of a nip. Done. Alright, I'll give this a little bit of a wipe. Get that oil, even though the oil's probably good for it. Usually, after I give it a good wash, I WD-40 it just to try and slow down a lot of the rust. A lot of my riding is on beaches and through salt water. Everything else is held up pretty well because I do keep up to date with cleaning it, but I haven't done that yet. I will wipe this here down, get rid of the residual oils, and I will spray it with some WD-40. Alright, we'll do that. Probably fish oil or something, probably better, but work with what you got. Yeah, slow that rust down. Generally, yeah, I spray it, even the plastics and everything on this bike gets a good lick of WD-40 because it's just good. Why wouldn't you? And that chain's starting to rust, and I'm always lubing the chain. Just the conditions I ride in, I guess. Really salty and corrosive. Alright, I should live another day. Alright, we're all torqued up to my specs, and I'll drop it and start putting some oils in. Dispose of the oil properly. Alright, kick it out. Up to filling it up. So I should have everything within arm's reach, so I don't have to keep cutting the camera and do it all at once. Give the dipstick a good clean service area. I'm basically going to fill it up with this. I don't really have funnels. These are all I've got. It's in a 20 litre drum, so there's no way I'm going to be able to lift that up, or even just scooping a little bits of that into another container. I'll just suck it up with a syringe. Alrighty. We shall start with the transmission. So I've got my little transmission fluid I'm going to be running it. Alright, so that's the gearbox done. There's the first 80. For some reason after that just come out. Do a half one. Looking good. Alright, now I'm going to turn the fuel on and hopefully that battery's got enough to kick her in the guts. If not, I'll put a jump pack on it or jump it or charge that battery quickly and give it a little bit of a run with that new fresh oils. Alright, the battery's too flat to start. I've had the carby on for a little bit, but these do have a backup starter. My cat's gone a bit feral in the background. There is a certain way these go in, which is like that. And it doesn't really feel like you're doing much, but it does work, this Kickstarter. It doesn't really come back up the top there, though, but like that. Alrighty guys, I've had it running for a number of minutes now and she's all ready for the next trip, whether it may be camping or just going out bush. Going back to the sort of the review of it, I've liked this that much. My mates have enjoyed it that much. It's handled anything we could have thrown at it. Again, only issue is that battery, and my mates liked it that much, they all got one. So 3 of my mates have all bought one. Intel, there's 4. It's a hell of a lot of fun when you've got more than one getting around. It's great. Before I leave you guys, subscribers. Now, I've gained 100 plus subscribers in the last 8-9 months without even uploading a single video. Now, I've been snowed under. Haven't been able to really push much videos out lately. The reason being, I'll reveal that later on. There should be another video coming out in a couple of weeks and I will clear everything up. And then after that, there should be more and more videos coming out. So, yeah, bear with me, guys. If you haven't again already, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, share, do all those good things. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I shall see you on the next one.